D&D Twitter is one of the weirdest places you will ever see. Now, I'm going to clarify something. I'm not a Critical Role fan. I think it's had a negative effect overall on D&D. Too many failed drama kids who want Matt Mercer and to use D&D as a form of therapy rather than play a game. But that's a whole different discussion. This, by Michael Lowe, from Luck of Legends, which I'd never heard of until this tweet popped up in my field. This guy is a clown, and as you can see, I'm going to read the tweet out, but you can see it here. D20s are gatekeeping. You can love them, but most people outside the hobby don't have them. So requiring them to play a game is kind of rough. The more accessible your tools, D6 playing cards and tokens, the easier it is for new folks to learn without someone to open the gate. Please, okay. I'm going to clarify something. If you don't want to spend money on dice, there are thousands of free apps. There are thousands. There's ones on web browser. There's ones on your phone. If you go to an event, there is going to be more than likely someone there that will let you borrow some dice. It's a thing. It's a thing. And if you're in the US, you can see them in Dollar Tree, General Dollar. In the UK, I've seen them in Poundland. And they always seem to be on constant sale. The most expensive basic new dice, we're not talking anything fancy, just basic plastic dice I see are about £3 to £4. Now, if you want something a bit fancier, yes, they're going to cost more money. There is also websites like Wish, which sell them extremely cheap. And actually, I've got some really nice ones on Wish. This is the ultimate problem. People like this aren't coming at it from a open the gates, gatekeeping stuff. They're coming at it from a financial sense. At the end of the day, D6 playing cards and tokens and all of this stuff cost money. And tokens would probably be more expensive than dice. Let's be real, they usually are. And ultimately, these new breed of players that have crept in, that use D&D as a form of therapy, play out their high school fantasies, go to prom, worry about problematic words and lore, aren't interested in D&D. They're interested in working out their own issues rather than seeing a therapist. Michael Lowe here is the epitome of many things wrong with the D&D community as a whole, and ultimately it's people like him that actually put people off playing the game, and it's ultimately he and people like him come in and try and push out the players that have been here for decades. Ultimately, I will, this is a tangent, but it's true, I'm not a big fan of Critical Role. Never have been. I cannot stand Matt Mercer with anything of semblance of anything. And I think the knock-on effect of getting kind of the normies and this obsession with accessibility, it kills a lot of games. And if you're not coming in with even basic knowledge or some free dice that you can get, by the way, yes, you can get free dice, that is a thing, there's a problem. But people will let you borrow stuff. If you go to events and you want to learn to play, it's very easy. And again, there are plenty of free apps which are readily available on Android and iOS, to name but two. This D&D has become this bizarre pit of people with pink hair and nose rings that don't actually care about the game, that don't actually think that maybe they're the ones ruining it for other people because narcissism. And what this guy, Michael Lowe, doesn't realise is that all of these things cost money. You can buy a pack of playing cards, generic playing cards, for the same price as dice. Tokens would cost more, like I said, because that's the nature of tokens within games. They always tend to cost that little bit more. But you can even get, by the way, you can even get free printable dice. You have to put them together, but you can get free printable D&D dice. This guy's a clown. And I've never laughed so hard reading someone's tweet. This whole push, everything is gatekeeping. How dare you tell people they have to invest in a hobby? That minimum a PDF and an app, by the way. You can literally play D&D with a free PDF and an app. I'm not kidding. You don't even need to print it. You can do it on your phone. Not only are people like this completely out of touch, but again, they're gatekeeping in the negative sense. Gatekeeping can be a good thing and it can be a negative thing. And this is negative gatekeeping because it not only it's shaming, but it also pushes people out. I've watched D&D community change over the last few years. The lockdowns and things have not helped it at all. Because again, modern people who are terrified of being offended come in and attack other people for wanting to play a game, save a princess, and fight some monsters. Because, you know, that's problematic. It's just absolutely absurd. There's this other guy on Twitter that rants. I say rants, he does it in the most passive-aggressive way. Well, if you are doing this and that within your D&D games, this is colonization, this is this, this is that. Oh, you're breaking into tombs and stealing It's a bloody game. Play the game how you want to play it. Don't let other people tell you how you want to play it. And don't let other people ruin it for you. And ultimately, people like this guy represent that everything wrong with the D&D community in the most embodied sense you can see. People with inflated egos, people who are ex-drama school kids who have absolutely no talent, who want either critical role style fantasy or high school prom or college, whatever it was. That was bad, by the way. Like, who thought that was a good idea? Watching the destruction of D&D is not only sad, but it also just makes me realize that so many people go, oh, I love fantasy, I love D&D. Don't. They just want to use it as a form of therapy to make themselves feel better about themselves, rather than actually play a fantasy game. They can't separate themselves from the modern world, and that's kind of sad. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later. And all of my links and info are ready and available. Bye.